Hello and welcome to the curriculum support section of our mentoring program for business and marketing educators. This section reflects the curriculum support that can be found in the BMIT resource book, particularly the information as it relates to MBA Research, which is one of our curriculum partners that provides support to Missouri educators. Most of the materials available from MBA Research can be linked directly out of MBA States Connection. The website is mbastatesconnection.mbaresearch.org. When you hit this website, you'll be provided with two different options, either to register or to log in. Missouri is a full consortium member with MBA Research, which provides you with free access to a variety of different areas of content. And for that content that is not available for free, it's available at a discounted rate through MBA Research as a Missouri educator. For your first time, you will need to go ahead and use the register option. After you have received your registration information, you'll always be able to access everything from login. Once you have logged in, you will be able to access all of the information that MBA Research makes available to Missouri educators. Your portal menu or your homepage upon immediately logging in is going to bring you up a variety of different menu options that are accessible to you. We're going to begin today in the Missouri Member Benefits section, which is a specific section of items that was designed as it reflects Missouri educators and Missouri standards. Here you'll find the contact information for the individual who is our state program leader, which is our director, Lori Brown. Here it still says Lori Brewer. We will, of course, get that updated. You'll also have access to viewing anything in terms of your benefits that are available to you as a member. The main information that we provide on this page for you for easy access are the end of program studies. These are exams that your students are eligible to take, and these all count, all 5 of these exams, as a TSA, which is the series of exams that measure skill attainment for career and technical education. There is an entrepreneurship, a finance, a marketing, a business management, and a business management entrepreneurship exam, all available for purchase here. What's really interesting about what MBA Research does is that they have aligned these to the curriculum standards that we use in Missouri. This means that what you're actually teaching from in the classroom most closely aligns to these exams that have been developed by MBA Research. There are pretests available for almost all of these exams, and those are all accessible from this page, as well as information on purchasing these when the time comes for you to make your decision based off of a student's program of study. This section also references the Ask Institute exams, which are available at the link included in this section. What's different about the Ask Institute exams is that those are based off of industry, whereas MBA Research has developed their exams based off of course curriculum. So there is a different level at which these exams are measuring a student's knowledge base. So just something to recognize as you're beginning to make these decisions in the springtime regarding what your students might be taking as a TSA. If we go back to our portal menu, you'll see a variety of other options that we're going to talk about today. We're going to dive next into the School-Based Enterprise section, or SBE. Now, do recognize that we use the acronym SBE both for School-Based Enterprise and a Supervised Business Experience. So for the sake of our conversation today, we're talking about school-based enterprises. Now, these are businesses that students develop with the aid of an educator to increase student learning experiences. So it provides them with some real-world experience that they're doing that's actually all aligned directly to the National Business Education Association standards. As a full consortium member, you do have access to sample curriculums that you can use and integrate. Primarily, these are going to be focused on marketing and entrepreneurship. There is going to be a little bit about finance in here, but you're going to find that most of these align to marketing and entrepreneurship. So for our marketing educators especially, this might be a section, if you didn't know existed, you can access for some samples, especially if you are just getting started with an SBE or you're looking at expanding or maybe rebuilding a program in this current school year. All of these are available, again, free of charge for you, and they are already standards aligned. So you can click any of the links and download those materials. Back on our homepage, we're next going to dive into the curriculum and instruction section. This is probably going to be one of the most popular areas for you as an educator because it includes the ever valuable LAP modules. And LAPs stand for Learning Activity Packages. And these are essentially ready to use, ready to drop in curriculum for your courses. So it'll include all of your relevant PowerPoints, assessments, worksheets, activities, rubrics. All of those items are included there for you. Here you will also find information on course guides that are available through MBA Research. Course guides used to have an expense, but currently those are being written off thanks to donations by the Daniels Fund. So they're available to you free of charge. And once again, they're NBEA recognized standards that they're using for these programs. So you can access course guides on a variety of different areas that you might be teaching in. You'll find that there's a lot of focus on entrepreneurship and ethics in here, and that's because the individual group that's actually underwriting these course guides is primarily focused on ethics in education. So you will find an interesting variety of course guides that you might find relevant as you are starting to rebuild your program, or especially if you are considering different courses for your 2021-2022 school year. You might start diving into these as you're beginning to map out your curriculum and the activities that you might be using in your classroom. We're next going to dive into those LAP modules. LAP modules are available with an expense. Again, it is discounted as a member of Missouri because we do pay that consortium fee on behalf of all of our educators. So you can access these ready-to-use LAPs through this section. And again, LAPs have everything that you need, and they're already standards crosswalked. You can learn more about LAPs in this section. We're not going to dive into this directly today, but you can find sample LAPs available so you can download and really see what they're all about. Better yet, the Daniels Fund that we mentioned earlier, that ethics group that's helping to write off some of the cost of LAPs, has 70 that are available free of charge. Again, all of these now include an ethics component, but there are a variety of LAPs that you might consider using in your course. The Daniels Fund has additional reference materials that you can use to improve your classroom, including some ethics activities that are available to you for free, so that you can incorporate some project-based learning based on ethics curriculum. Within this section, there are also two links here at the bottom. We're not going to jump into those directly, but this is the LMS system that is included with MBA Research. It allows you to build a fully online curriculum using all of the LAPs and course guides that are available through MBA Research. So the Learning Center is available to you to use to build courses, but you will have to either buy or utilize the free content that MBA Research makes available to you in order to build out those courses. It is a pretty fantastic system for anybody who is becoming very familiar, as I'm sure we all are, with learning management systems. You will find it very easy to use with a lot of drag and drop functionality. And because many of those LAPs are built to be dropped directly in, it's actually very easy to build a curriculum and a course online because you don't actually have to drag files one by one into the system. You can drop those LAPs in directly. There's also a section in here for rubrics. So there are sample rubrics that you might consider using that are, once again, standards crosswalked. So a wide variety of materials are available within this curriculum and instruction section. The last area that we're going to talk about today is the High School of Business section. Now, High School of Business is an entirely college-inspired program for your school. It includes 8 courses in business education that are aligned to more what a college would be looking at versus some of the standards that we might often focus on for high school curriculum. So it is going to be a higher level of thinking that is required for High School of Business. But what it does have is a pre-designed plan of study for these students, which means that they'll take these minimum 6, but up to 8 courses with you one semester after another. So it's the entire package for a 4-year student during high school. Because it is a college-inspired curriculum, these courses are building directly upon themselves. So it does require a student to be actively involved during their time in High School of Business. And we do have partners in the state of Missouri that have dual credit agreements. So you're able to access some of these courses and provide dual credit to your students through Missouri Western University. You can find more about High School of Business by clicking on this link, including downloading some sample activities that are available within the program. Now, I actually went through the full High School of Business training over the summer. So as part of High School of Business, you do go through a course training, a multi-day course training, in order to learn how to actually utilize the curriculum for that course. Now, luckily, you don't do all 8 at once. You may take 1 or 2 each summer to prepare for your upcoming courses. The training is actually led by educators who use High School of Business curriculum, which makes it very hands-on for you because you have people who have real scenarios about how they've utilized the curriculum, or maybe that they've had to make adaptations because their school operates on a trimester or something a little bit different. You're learning from real educators. If you ever have questions about High School of Business, you are more than welcome to reach out to myself, and I can provide you with either contact information or I can help you with your program specifically based off of the trainings that I have participated in. We do have several different school districts in the state of Missouri. If I'm correct, there's 11 programs that are using the High School of Business curriculum. And we can also get you connected with one of those individuals who might be near you, who can serve as a mentor, boots on the ground, to assist you in developing your program. As we wrap up with this curriculum support section, you will notice that there are several other areas on here that we didn't necessarily discuss today, but I would encourage you to dive into. There are classroom activities that you can utilize. Some are available for free, like the project management tools, and things like the Gray Zone on Ethics does have an expense to it. There's also information about work-based learning. So if you do have a supervised marketing or supervised business experience, there are programs that will actually help build connections to your curriculum through MBA research. So while your students might be working in a local community business, you can be encouraging their learning through these additional references. I'd like to thank you today for joining us for this curriculum support section. Again, if there's anything that I can do to help support you by accessing materials with MBA research, you're welcome to reach out to me at chris.zurich@desi.mo.gov. You can find my email address at the very top of this screen right now, or you can always reach out to me at 573-751-8679. Thank you for your time and wish you the best of luck as you begin to develop your curriculum, and we hope that MBA research can serve as a valuable tool for you.